They say the fiercest battles aren't fought on battlefields, but within our hearts. What would you do if you found yourself in such a battle? And if you ever fell in love with someone who challenged your very essence, how would you respond? Let's delve into the story of Nanama and Max, where love, loyalty, and destiny collide. Once upon a time, in a world divided by two cities, Light City and Dark City, a war was waged not with weapons, but with the hearts of its people. In Dark City, where freedom was prized over truth and desire over discipline, lived a captivating woman named Nanama. She was intelligent, beautiful, and dangerously confident. Her charm was unmatched, her voice soothed, and her eyes drew people in. She never hid who she was and never apologized for it. In contrast, Max hailed from Light City, a place where discipline, devotion, and humility were the guiding principles. He bore a small flame atop his head, a sign of his connection to the ruler of light. This flame was his guide and shield, symbolizing his commitment to carry light in a world that often chose darkness. Their path crossed in the Grey Veil, the only place where neither city held sway. There, love sparked, complicated, pure, and seemingly impossible. However, their choices were not theirs alone. The leader of Dark City had promised a grand reward, status, luxury, and power to anyone who could bring a soul from Light City across the border. For Nanama, that soul was Max. If she succeeded, she would be crowned. If she failed, and worse, if she was pulled into light, her parents would pay with their lives. Max's parents, aware of the dangers Dark City posed, prayed and pleaded for their son's soul to remain anchored. But even the strongest anchors are tested in stormy waters. Max, feeling unseen in Light City, began to question his place. Does anyone really see me here? He wondered. Am I just another flame in a crowd of fire? Believing he could save Nanama, Max invited her to Light City. She tried, but the quiet was suffocating. The discipline felt like chains, and the people's way of life was slow and painfully honest. Why do I have to lose myself to find peace? Nanama asked. Max had no answer, so she left. One night, overwhelmed by doubt, Max wandered towards Dark City. The closer he got, the dimmer his flame became. By the time he entered, it flickered weakly above his head, nearly invisible. Yet, Max had never felt more alive. The city was filled with music and motion, no rules, no guilt, and endless affection. Cheers echoed his name, and the people embraced him. Nanama kissed him under the black stars and whispered, "You were born to shine here." He laughed louder. He danced and forgot, and it felt good, addictively good. For the first time, he believed her. 3 days turned into 3 weeks, then months, then years. Max lived like royalty, beloved, celebrated, unburdened. His old convictions faded into memory, and the flame was long gone. Meanwhile, in Light City, his parents wept. They went to the ruler, pleading, "Our son is lost. Please send your warriors." Moved with compassion, the ruler sent special soldiers, silent, glowing, armed with truth, to bring Max home. They found him after 3 years. Max was stunned. His past had found him. The soldiers didn't force him. They simply said, "The ruler still waits. Come home." But returning wasn't easy. He had to face himself, torn between comfort and conviction. He had to face Nanama, who now carried his child. He had to pass the gates of dark city, guarded with cruelty, and worst of all, he had to confront the ruler of darkness, who did not give up souls willingly. The soldiers handed Max a worn book, an ancient book, the Book of Codes. It glowed when opened. Inside were truth, laws, strategies, and everything he needed to escape. Max rose in battle, not with thoughts, but with truth. His soul burned again, his flame ignited. He fought, fell, and rose again. At the gates, just before crossing into freedom, he was struck. He lost his leg but won his life back. In Light City, he was welcomed not with parades but with tears. The elders surrounded him and said, "You were lost, but now you are found." But Max could not rest. He remembered Nanama, pregnant and still in the dark. He pleaded with the ruler, "Send your soldiers with me once more. I can't let my child be born in shadows." The ruler agreed. Together, Max and the soldiers crossed the veil again. In the Valley of Decision, Nanama gave birth. It was a boy. But the dark soldiers were watching. They attacked. The battle was brutal. Nanama ran with the child, but an arrow found the baby before she could escape. The child died in her arms. She turned to Max, tears blinding her. "You brought death with you," she screamed. "I should have stayed where I was queen. You brought me nothing but loss." She cursed him. Her heart broke, and when the dark soldiers offered her a crown once again, she said yes. "If I can't win you," she whispered, "I'll win your soul." They tied Max. Weakened, defeated, he could only cry out, "Ruler of light, help me!" And light answered. With a thunderous wind and dazzling brightness, the soldiers of light descended. This time, they came for war. The battle raged between kingdoms. In the chaos, the baby's body was lifted. The soldiers poured special water over him. He cried, alive again. The light had won. One soldier poured water into Nanama's hand. Another gave Max the same. Their strength returned. Their wounds began to heal. Together with the child in arms, they walked out of the valley. Back in Light City, the gates opened wide. The elders met them, not with judgment, but with joy. They said, "The kingdom is not for the perfect, it is for the found." Max and Nanama were welcomed, not as fallen, but as restored. And their son, he would grow in light. Nanama defected. Her mother was spared. Her father, in defiance of the city's law, tried to protect and paid with his life. Nanama entered Light City, not as royalty, but as a servant. There were no crowns there yet, just peace, truth, work, and joy. And strangely, she loved it more. Each evening, Max stands with his lamp lifted high, a beacon for anyone still wondering. He does not shine because he's perfect, but because he knows the weight of falling and the miracle of rising again. When people ask why he still believes, even after everything, he says, "You don't hide a lamp under a basket. You put it on a stand so everyone can see." Moral of the story: as children of God, we are called to be the light of the world. Even when we stumble and find ourselves enveloped in darkness, God's grace remains ever present, offering us a path back to His light. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. There is also the importance of interceding for those who have strayed. Persistent prayer and unwavering faith can lead to restoration and redemption. As believers, we are reminded that we are more than conquerors through Christ who strengthens us. Our victories are not solely our own, but are achieved through the power of grace of Jesus Christ. In essence, this story also teaches us that no matter how far we may have drifted, God's light is always within reach, ready to guide us home. Let us, therefore, remain steadfast in our faith, continually seeking His light and extending it to others. Thank you for enjoying this story. God bless you.